So I make a script that talk about this video from Ali Abdai. Hopefully I've spelled his name right. Critique his video because the video title doesn't really match the main point of the video. But I guess that's how YouTube clickbait system work. It doesn't make sense to me because he talk about a book which topic is getting good at something. Like I think that those two things like passion and getting good at something are quite a little bit different from each other and don't really relate it to the other. And then I just delete the entire script because I don't really need to critique his video. I'm pretty sure a lot of his comments have already pointed out that you need to have passion to do a certain job and stuff like that. So when it comes to following your passion or chasing it, most of the time it's about creative endeavor. Like let's be honest here, no one want to quit working as a programmer to chase after their passion of being an accountant. And the usual stuff that I heard from people who follow their passion is ever since it became a job, it can be mentally draining, or the passion that they used to have, it doesn't feel the same anymore. But I hardly heard that say they regretted it. One of the things that make creative job have a bad view is the perception about it. For a good amount of time, but now more than ever, creative jobs seem to have even less appreciation for it. The writer strike, the actor and streaming service, the AI org, a lot of things in the creative industry. Ever since I found out that you can make a living as a writer, a musician, or an artist, I also found out at the same time that these jobs are very unstable. So it is reasonable that parents do not want their kids to pursue this job. However, when it comes to the creative side, unlike being a doctor or an engineer, where it's all about being the best in terms of skill and knowledge, on the creative side though, it's all about your audience, so you cannot really say that this musician is the best, this artist is the greatest, this YouTuber is number one, because there is none. Yeah, sure, MrBeast is the most subscribed YouTube channel, but I think a lot of people doesn't like MrBeast. Some people don't like a certain artist drawing and all that stuff. It's all about the audience. A lot of passion in the creative field tend to be the desire to create things, to create comedy, sketch, or a song, a YouTube video, or just a drawing. And it all need to be good in order to gain an audience, which is why you need to have passion for learning a certain skill, or at least have the motivation to do so in order to help with your main thing. Of course, skill alone is not everything. Outside of the technical skill standpoint, most of them are fairly similar in social standpoint. Like you need to have connection and luck, right time too. So in the end, is following your passion a bad advice? Well, it always depends on the context of the person who asks. If they put in the time, the work, the effort to learn, improve themselves so they can be good at that thing that they are passionate about, there is no stopping them from following their passion. But of course, sometimes chasing your passion can have a bad effect for your future. What if you cannot get the job that you want, or AI have already taken that job while you were busy learning the skill to do so? Or the most common thing that I heard, what if you run out of money? There's so much instance where a mangaka, an animator, webtoon artist that have to overwork to the extreme just to meet the deadline, or they just got scammed. There are so many things that is wrong with the creative industry, and people getting taken advantage of. Are they getting a good pay? I don't know. But at the same time, the amount of work that they have to go through is terrifying. Imagine wanting to be an artist just to overwork yourself for your passion and then suffer with health issue. No one wants that. But do they have another choice? Most likely not. That is why following your passion is sometimes considered to be a bad thing. Of course, I'm only talking about creative job here. Job like doctor, lawyer, engineer are still jobs that many people passionate about because of the paycheck, of course. But we as humans change over time as we live a life and finding more about ourselves. Just like what I said in my college video, it is up to you to decide what to do with your life, not your parent, not a random guy on the internet. Creative job need a huge amount of passion that go into it. The Japanese manga industry is a very good example that have been famous for exploiting others in the name of passion.
Average was said to be about $12,000 a year in 2019, barely a reasonable salary for any job. And this is all on top of the fact that the large majority of animators live in Tokyo, renowned as one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Others want to get their foot in the door, and they have no other choice than being exploited to get that experience. So, following your passion may be a bad thing, but you cannot deny that some of the songs you listen to, movie that you watch, food that you eat was made because of someone decided to follow their passion. If you have something that you are passionate about, just start doing it as a hobby, then see how things go out. Even if you get money from it and you don't really want to work, you don't really have to make something you're passionate about as your work. Like some hobby are better remain a hobby rather than a job. It's just how it is. There are many people who work a 9 to 5 job, and when they come home they can work on another thing. It could even get paid for it, but they wouldn't really want to make it as their job. It's just how it is. Sometimes you're gonna think about yourself, about the choice that you make. Of course, a lot of job doesn't need passion in it. It's a job. It might not be enough to satisfy you emotionally, but when it pays the bill, it's good enough. The priority ladder should be something like financial, health, passion, or enjoyment. No amount of passion at work sacrifice your health too. In the end, it is all on you. So think really hard and deep about it. It might seem like a big deal, because it is, but like Spider-Man Uncle and that blue fish say, you just have to keep going. You will make mistakes and you will learn from it. It's okay if you regret choosing one path instead of the other. What matters is how you make the best out of it. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Goodbye.